Well, I've been doing some scouting this afternoon. It's been real tough with the way the terrain is up here. You've got sections that run about 2 miles by 2 miles. Lots of fields and sloughs out in the middle of that. You do some driving around. Sometimes you go section by section 3 or 4 times around in a circle before you can actually find out where birds are going down in. But we located this field here that's got what seems to be about 3,000 to 4,000 sitting in it, but you really can't tell what's down in some of the bottoms of the hills here. So we did get permission on it, and we're gonna sit here and watch it for the rest of the evening and see if they do anything else, watch them leave, see what direction they go, and find our best way in here in the morning so we can come in and set up and hopefully have a good shoot tomorrow morning.
This barley field is cut super short. It's like 1 to 2 inches tall, so there's nothing to really hide in. And what we're gonna do is take the hardcore running gunners, which are low profile layout blind that have no frame, and cover them with as much barley waste as we can find. And we're gonna use the existing grass that's already in the blinds to help hold the barley on it. This should work great because the blinds are so low profile. Our color's gonna blend in perfect and we're gonna disappear on this hill.
A hunt like that maybe only happens once a year. A 5-man limit of 40 ducks in 25 minutes. This week's episode of The X is another prime example of why scouting is so important in waterfowl hunting. We spent 2 or 3 hours the day before this hunt driving the back roads of eastern Alberta and started to see some birds in the air, followed them to where they were landing, glassed out there and saw these rolling hills that were just littered with ducks. They weren't really concentrated. They were scattered out over the course of probably 300 or 400 yards on these hilltops, and there's no telling how many were out there in the valleys that we couldn't even see. So we go in there this morning with spotlights and 2 trucks and weave through this maze of hills and ponds and sloughs and finally get back towards the corner where we knew they were. Well, the fence row that we thought was there was not a fence row, it was a slough. So what we elected to do was, obviously get the wind at our backs, but we are on the crest of a ridge kind of in between 2 sloughs. And what this offered was a perfect runway for the ducks to come up that ridge right to us.
Thank you.
key factor in this morning's hunt was we had just the right amount of wind. It wasn't so windy that it was blowing decoys over, and it wasn't so calm that the ducks could come in from wherever they wanted to. We were in the back corner of the field. The wind was exactly over our backs, and they could just lock up, half a mile out there and come in right on us, and they knew where they wanted to be, way out there.
The hunt this morning that we went on in that barley field, it was exceptional. I will say usually we get about 3 to 4 of them a year, where in 25 minutes you're done, you're packing up and you're heading home to see mama. It was just great. Everything about that situation was perfect. We had the wind, we had the rolling hills, and we had the birds.
Once we started looking at these ducks and realized how they were spread out, they were not very skittish at all. They were not in tight groups. They were spread out over 2 or 3 rolling hills in the field. They were very comfortable. And to me, that makes it more confident going in the morning. They haven't been pressured, that they're scared of being in a field, that they're scared of being towards a fence row. They're scared at not having that visual that they have when they're in the bottoms of these hills. So to me, going into a hunt like this, it gives me a little bit more confidence going into it, makes me feel a little bit better.
For once, we finally had the perfect wind. We had a perfect setup as far as being able to utilize the rolling hills. The ducks worked into the spread as about as good as they have the entire trip, if not better.
A hunt like that maybe only happens once a year. A 5-man limit of 40 ducks in 25 minutes. Everything just kind of fit together, pieced together perfectly.
Done. That's the morning.
The scouting paid off. The calling was great, what little bit of calling that we had to do. The ducks were there. They wanted back in there. We were hid perfectly, and the stars aligned. Phenomenal hunt in eastern Alberta. An awesome way to end our trip.
50 of them that just crossed over about 2 minutes ago. The hunt went just as we hoped it would, never as you planned it does. No, that was backwards.
It kind of went as we planned it would. Planned and hoped.
15-yard chip shots all morning long, and you can't even say all morning long because it only lasted 25 minutes.
In the field. It was really... You want me to start over?
Nope, you're fine.
Well, I'm going to start over anyway.
Okay.
That's probably the best hunt of the week. Don't know if it'll make for a very long episode.
What do you
man,
mean
it was
probably? Probably the best hunt of the week?
It was.
40, you said probably.
It was the best hunt of the week.
Without a doubt.
So if you want to redo that.
No, I'm gonna use that little part right there.